What's the most shocking case you ever worked on as a lawyer? I can't share names for obvious reasons, but a few years ago I was a junior defense attorney assigned to a case that seemed straightforward at first. My client, a 19-year-old kid, had been accused of armed robbery. The prosecution story was simple. He walked into a corner store, pulled a gun, demanded cash, and ran. They had a witness who swore it was him and security footage that, at first glance, seemed to match. Everyone in the office thought it was a lost cause. But when I sat down with the kid, he swore up and down he hadn't done it. He was soft-spoken, nervous, and not the type you'd peg as a violent criminal. Something about his insistence stuck with me. I started digging. First red flag. The witness had been standing outside the store during the robbery and only saw the robber fleeing. The description matched 100 kids in the area. Tall, hoodie, jeans. Not exactly airtight. Then came the footage. Grainy, black and white. The kind of camera that could make anyone look suspicious. The face wasn't clear at all, but the police claimed they recognized my client from prior contact. In other words, they knew him from hanging around the block. Still, the case looked bad. Until I checked the timestamp on the footage. It said 8:17 p.m. My client's mother insisted he was at home at that time. Parents will say anything for their kids, so I pressed further. She pulled out her phone and showed me a text exchange she'd had with him at 8:20 about what to eat for dinner. That was my break. We subpoenaed his cell phone records. And sure enough, the ping put him at home, not near the store. I remember the prosecutor's face when I handed that in. But the real twist came when we got the original security footage directly from the store. Turns out, the police had been working with a copy of the footage that had been tampered with. The timestamp shifted by almost 15 minutes. When lined up correctly, the robber had entered before my client was even out of school. In court, I laid all of this out in a timeline. The jury was silent as I showed the phone records next to the original footage. The witness started stumbling under cross-examination when I pointed out that he couldn't have seen the robber's face clearly. The case unraveled in real time. The judge dismissed the charges, and my client broke down crying at the defense table. His mother hugged me so hard I nearly lost my breath. To this day, I think about how close that kid came to losing years of his life to a system that wanted an easy conviction. It was the first time I realized that sometimes my job isn't about making clever arguments. It's about refusing to accept the obvious story when the truth is buried under laziness.